The liver. The liver is an amazing organ. It is one of the most important organs involved in our detoxification of anything that we encounter through our everyday lives. Liver is quite incredible because if you literally cut it in half, if the liver was healthy enough, it could regenerate itself completely. That's pretty incredible. Consider the fact that there's now a medical diagnosis called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is something that you can acquire through lifestyle, something very similar to what you'd find in a cirrhotic liver of that of an alcoholic. And non-alcoholic fatty liver disease can be an accumulation of too much that overwhelms the liver, backs up the liver, because once again, the liver is something of a storage system for the body. It stores glucose, right? It stores cholesterol. It can make and produce them as well. And it regulates hormones, which means it regulates your insulin. It regulates your cortisol. It regulates your testosterone and your estrogen. And it even converts your T4 to your T3. So it helps things like levothyroxine work better for people. But if you have someone who has a backed up liver in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, they can have other symptoms that might not be as important as a non-alcoholic fatty liver, and that's just the approach in medicine. They might emphasize the symptoms and treat those instead, which could be diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, or even low testosterone, maybe even high estrogen. Now, when I say that those symptoms are associated with it, they're not just minor symptoms, those are diseases. Well, you have to understand that because the liver is so important to our body, if the liver starts to shut down, it's because the body can't handle all the things that you're stuffing in it. And the liver is one of the main areas that you will store whatever you put into your body. If you store and put bad things into your body, your liver will be bad as well. So remember, the idea is that you eat bad, you're going to feel bad, your liver is going to feel a whole lot worse. But the great thing about it is that the liver is very quick to respond, right? Like I said, it can regenerate itself completely. So if you start doing something as simple as a liver detox, you can actually restore your liver's health and hopefully prevent it from actually getting to cirrhosis or hepatitis. But the thing is, hepatitis is usually acquired through sexual or even drug use. And a lot of times it can be something of an inflammatory disorder that becomes very mild as you get older. Once again, any type of disease, if there's enough stress on the body, will turn into something even worse. And most of the time you're dealing with inflammation anyway, so why not do a liver detox all the time? Because it's not going to be just helpful for hepatitis, right? Because not everyone has hepatitis. It's not going to be helpful for people who have cirrhosis and they're alcoholics, because not everyone's alcoholic, right? It's going to help the people that have such a poor and unhealthy lifestyle that they will literally calcify their liver from all the ingredients and foods and horrible things they put into their body. A liver detox is something of a necessity on a daily basis. You can measure whether or not you need a liver detox through mild inflammatory tests like AST, ALT, GGT, alkaline phosphatase. Those are some of the more common metabolic panels that you can see. AST is and ALT are actually pretty good tests to kind of rule out whether or not you have like hepatitis, things like that as well. ALT is more of a hepatitis test. AST in your basic metabolic panel will have implications that would be more to what your lifestyle. So I say AST is like, think the acronym acetaminophen, statins, tequila. So if you're on or taking any one of those, you could have an increased AST, which shows you damage to the liver. Alkaline phosphatase, if it's increased, you can think bone or liver. Pretty easy to rule those out. But if you look at GGT is more of acute for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It's a better marker than you would have for AST or ALT, right? Because I might say, hey, I'm not taking acetaminophen, I'm not taking a statin, and I'm not drinking. And why is my AST high? Well, GGT is high too. It's like, well, you have something in your lifestyle, probably too much processed sugar, processed carbohydrates, maybe toxins from the chemicals in your household products, or something that you're breathing in the air you shouldn't be. So there's many ways to kind of look about it, but what do you have to do to help it? So Liver detox. One of my other videos, we talked about glutathione and N-acetylcysteine. NAC is a great liver detoxer. It might be the best liver detoxer you can find out there. Glutathione's right behind it. There's things like phosphatidylcholine. P5P is vitamin B6. It's a much-needed cofactor. And all these things, even methylcobalamin B12, all these things are involved in what's called a methylation cycle, which predominantly happens in your liver. So if you have a non-alcoholic fatty liver, a backed up or inflamed liver, and you need help regulating your glucose better and having better blood glucose, better cholesterol, better hormone production and regulation, and even a stronger immune system. And if you still care about some weight loss, you definitely want to, help get all that stuff out of your system. A liver detox is the way to do it. So taking things like that every day will help you. Spices like turmeric, milk thistle, resveratrol, that you can find. Those things are great liver detoxers. And more importantly, just, try to cut back on the carbs and the processed sugar. You can do a lot better in life if you just don't eat a lot of processed carbs and processed sugar. Just comes down to it.